Hey everybody, I want to welcome you back to my kitchen. Today we're going to do kind of a quick video. This was a request on the website. I asked for requests for things people wanted to learn how to cook. And my good friend that lives out in Park City, Utah, his name is Rob Wells. He said, Jamie, I miss southern fried okra. I need to know how to make southern fried okra. Well, he came to the right place because I know a lot about okra. I've eaten a lot of okra. I've even grown okra. So I guess he knocked on the right door. So this video is going to be short, to the point. It's just going to be a tutorial on how to make okra the way I make it. Now I deep fry mine. I don't really prefer the skillet method. A lot of people will take a cast iron skillet or just a frying pan and use a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan and then throw their coated okra in, and you have to tend it. You have to watch it. You have to make sure it's not burning or scorching. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to get darker and crispier in places than you really want it, but you can't really do much about it because it's just the nature of the beast. It's going to burn. So my preference is the deep fry method. It just so happens that that's Brad's preference too. So it's just winter okra dinner around here. We both like it the same way. I have got a pot of oil here heating up. I'm going to try to hit 310 degrees. I want to get between 310 and 325 before I put anything in it. So this is just vegetable oil. I filled this pot about not quite 3/4, but at least half full, because I want there to be a lot of room to swim around. I want the okra to have lots of room to spread out. So I'm going to make my wet mix first, and the wet is just going to be a dredge. I have got about a cup of milk here. It's just regular old 2% milk, and there's 1 egg. And I'm going to mix that together. Nothing fancy to it. Just stir that egg in there. Break that yolk apart. Okay, she's done. Now I'm going to work on my dry ingredients, the actual dredge. You can use straight up cornmeal if you want to. You can use a mix. Of course, I like to be crazy, so I do it different. Now, I ran out of cornmeal, but I happen to have some of this in the pantry, and I'm going to use it. Let's see what it turns out. This is just masa harina, which is basically just corn flour. It's what I would use if I were going to make tamales or if I were going to make a homemade tortilla. So we're going to use this and see what happens. I suspect it's going to be delightful because it's just a finer grind on cornmeal. So, oh, and it smells lovely. I'm just going to go in here with, I don't know, I'll eyeball it. That looks like about, I don't know, 2 cups maybe? 2 cups of the masa flour. I want to hit it with a little bit of plain flour. And again, I would have used self-rising, but I don't have any. So I'm using plain. And that's about 1/2 cup. And I'm going to add just the least bit of baking powder because, ooh, that's too much. I just want to kiss it with it. I don't want to add a whole lot because I'm not baking it, but I do want it to cling to the outside of the okra and kind of puff up just a little bit, and that's what the baking soda is going to let it do. So we want that. Now we're going in with some garlic powder. Grab my measuring spoon here. For this amount, we want it seasoned well because okra by itself, I mean, it tastes like okra, but we want to enhance the flavor of the okra, so that's why we're going to go in with these additional seasonings. This is 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I'm going to go in with a full teaspoon of onion powder. Boom. And then I'm going to hit it with a good heaping teaspoon of salt. Yeah, that was good. This is not a science to this. This is just preference. It's just a method that's taught from your granny to your mama, from your mama to you, and then you to whoever. So, I mean, just follow along best you can. This is just a little bit of black pepper. I'm just eyeballing it because this is very forgiving and you can eyeball it. So, just close my bag up so I don't get a face full. And boom, this is ready, y'all. Let me see what my temperature gauge is reading. It was getting close just a minute ago. So we are at, let's see, turn the flame up. We're at 200 degrees. So I got a little ways to go. I'm gonna turn that sucker up and let it heat. And I'm gonna get my okra. I'm using frozen okra because right now we're just stepping into spring here in Georgia. The dogwoods are blooming, the azaleas are in full bloom, but the okra is not in the ground yet. It's not planting season yet. So luckily, this method works beautifully for frozen okra that you can get at the grocery store. I get mine that's already pre-cut. Now you can buy a whole okra and you can cut it yourself, but why? This is dumb. So let me get my okra. I left it in the freezer. I'm right behind you. There's my okra. See, I got my okra. So here's my okra. It's cut, it's good and froze. I'm going to get my scissors, make a cut. Here we go. Now I'm just going to go a little at a time. Bag like this, pot like this. I could do half and half. So look, I'm going in to my wet mixture first. Half this bag of okra. Then I'll just stir him around a little bit so everybody gets coat. Looks good. Open up my baggie here. Now I'm going to strain off the excess liquid because I'm just wanting to coat it. I'm not wanting it to clump together like a fritter. If we were making fritters, I'd make a batter. But this is just a dredge. So I'm sticking them in there. Gonna go back for the rest of them. Almost got them off. But just shake them off as much as you can get off. Right in here. And then here's just about the rest of them. It's good enough. So we'll go in just like that. Now I'm gonna take this bag and we'll seal it up. Because knowing my luck, if I didn't seal it, we would be looking at a hot mess. And I'm just not in the mood to clean up a mess like that. So, you see what I'm doing? I'm shaking. Shake, shake, shake. And that's it. We're going to open this up. And now I'm going to use my trusty sifter. I'm going to reach in here with my hand and just grab out my okra. It's not glamorous. And it's a little messy, but I'm gonna tell you, it is worth the effort, and it's fit to chew because there's nothing like fried okra. I'm telling you, it should be called the popcorn alternative of the South. Because I'll guarantee you, if they sold okra at the movie theater as a snack, I'd line up to buy it because I love it. Some people say, ooh, okra, it's slimy. Well, so what? It's not like gross slimy. It's just the nature of the beast. It has a little bit of slime to it. But when you fry it like this, the slime, I don't know where it goes, but it's not noticeable. Now, if I were going to boil this okra, you darn right it would be really slimy. But, I don't know, not so much in this case. This just gets perfect. So, all right, let me check my oil one more time since I turned it up. It ought to be just about right. Oh, yeah, we're up. Come on, precious. Yes. She's climbing and climbing. All right, we're about at 275 right now. There goes Oscar barking in the background. Just wanted to get it up to at least 300 because, well, if you don't have your oil at the right temperature and you put a product in to fry it, it gets super saturated and then it's not fit to chew because it's just going to be oily and gross and yuck. And who wants to eat that? And that's not what we're looking for with our fried okra. We're looking for light and crunchy and delightful. So, let me look one more time and see where we are on temperature. I'll tell you one thing, she's getting hot. She'll be at 300 lickety split. Hello, Bradley.
Hey.
My husband just walked in and he's eating a muffin. I wonder where you got that muffin.
Oh, it's delicious.
Did you hear that? You better watch the blueberry muffin video. Alright, we're almost there. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna do what we call a test drop. We're gonna see what happens when I drop this in there. 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah. Now you see, it's just barely starting to bubble, toil and trouble. And that just tells me that the oil is not quite ready. So do yourself a favor. I know you're so excited and you want it to be over and fast and you want to eat okra right now. Good things take time. So we have to let our oil come completely up to temperature. Or else we're just going to have a hot mess. And then, what's the point? I can be going ahead and putting the rest of my okra in the wet mix and stir it around. Now, you know, okra is from Africa. It's a pod vegetable, and it comes from Africa, oddly enough. Most folks would think that it's, you know, from the south, it's from Georgia, but it's not. We're just lucky that, well, I don't know if we're lucky to have the right climate for okra, but we do. It's hot, it's humid. Parts of South Georgia are arid, so you get the best or the worst of both worlds. And it's a lot like Africa because the summertime here is hot as the devil. And okra loves hot. It just loves it and it thrives. And I don't know, it's just always something that we always have in the summertime. Everybody at church, on Sunday, lunch on the ground, somebody's going to fry okra. 9 times out of 10, they're going to use that cast iron skillet. They're going to burn it. And then they're going to watch to make sure you eat some. And then you've got to eat something because you're going to hurt their feelings. So, whatever. All right, let's test this oil to see where we're at. She is singing to me, y'all. She's popping and snapping and crackling. Oh, 290. Oh, 300. We're at 300. That tells me that I can lower the temperature just a little bit on my stove here. But I don't want to lower it too much because this okra was frozen. So I'm going in and I have kind of topped off as much as I can of that cornmeal. Okay, this is what I call my wire spider. So I'm going to use it and just transfer over just like that. Now watch out. It's hot and it cracks and you'll get burned. But see, everything is sunk to the bottom. And when they get done, they're going to flow right up. It's going to be fabulous and I'm excited. And Brad's being a smarty pants. He's standing over there in the corner with his stinking fire extinguisher. That is not necessary. I know what I'm doing. And I'm not kidding y'all. He's got the fire extinguisher right there. Anyway, while that cooks, I can get ready for round 2 here. So, in my okra.
As Mike Rose says, 60 seconds. Or 30.
That's Brad for you. Don't go too far, honey. I know you love okra right out of the pot. So, got my okra out there. I'm gonna test it. Test my luck. Look at this. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Who am I kidding? I need all that here. All the room. Oh, okra. Y'all, it's popping up to the top. Look at it. The bread has stuck to it just perfect because that's what the egg did. The egg in the milk mixture, it caused it to adhere real good to that okra. So everybody's got a nice little coat on and everybody's little coat's getting nice and brown. And I'm excited. I'm easily excited to go in the kitchen. Part of my charm. I've got this stuff just about. That's coated good enough. Now listen, don't stir it. You let it do its thing because if you start going at it and stirring this okra around at this point, their little coats are going to fall off. And then you're going to have exposed okra and it's just not good. So leave it alone for at least 3 to 4 minutes because you want that crust to really stick. You want it to get good and brown. And that's not going to happen as long as you're meddling with it with your utensil. And you need to have a good slotted utensil like this spider. This is something that I got at an Asian market, you also want to make sure that you go ahead and have you a plate with a paper towel on it, because you've got to have it to drain off the excess oil. Because you don't want it to sit on this plate in that oil. Look, we're going to soak it off as best we can. So, letting it cook. And I'm tempted to stir it, but I'm not going to. And it's starting to smell real nice. That corn masa, I have to say, I'm kind of impressed. Bob's Red Mill. Who knew? First time I've ever used it. But I like it. I can't wait to taste it. I'm hoping that it's going to be exactly the right crunch. Now, if you think that your temperature fell too much, then you want to pop your heat up just another little bit. Because you don't want this to stay in here for 10 minutes or anything like that. You want it to be a quick fry. And if you cook it too fast, then it's going to burn and the okra inside won't be done. So there's a fine line to walk when you're cooking okra. I guarantee. So, we are looking and it's coming together just lovely. Maybe I'll see what my temperature is. Yeah, it took it way down. But we're about 275. So it dropped at 45 degrees pretty quick, but it's fine. It's coming back up. We're gonna have okra, and it's gonna be exciting and delicious. And I hope y'all don't get angry with me about not using that iron skillet. I mean, it is seriously, it's just a preference. You see, I'm not meddling with it, and I like that kind of cooking where you don't have to mess with it. It's doing its own thing. If I had that iron skillet out here, I'd have to be moving it around and flipping and flopping it. I just don't want to do that because this method works for me. And if the cast iron method is your favorite, well then by all means you need to do that. But not here, honey. Now I do like to make my cornbread in the cast iron skillet. Now here I'm going in. See, I know that crust has stuck and solidified enough that I feel comfortable going in with the stick. I did just want to kind of make sure everybody flipped over so everybody's getting brown evenly. If y'all could see my husband right now standing behind the camera, his mouth is watering. And he's excited because fried okra is one of Brad Musgrove's very favorite things. So it's a good day to be Brad Musgrove, I suppose. Right, honey?
Blueberry muffins and okra.
Yes. All right, we're starting to get good and brown. Everything's starting to get toasted. And that's what we want. Now, you won't see this turn a dark color because, number one, this was fresh oil. It was right out of the bucket. I hadn't fried anything else in it, so you're not going to get a deep color on this because this was fresh oil. And number two, this product is not meant to get dark brown. I mean, it's a cornmeal flour base, and we're just looking to get maybe one step past this color. This is real good, but I want to make sure that okra is done in the middle because it was frozen. And I'll count to 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
20.
11, 12. Hush. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 19, 20. I think we're there. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to get this out. I'm going to let it drain as much as it will. Because, like I said, we don't want it sitting in a big old pile of grease. Y'all, look at that. It really is the most beautiful thing. And if you don't see the beauty of it, we need to have a chat. You just need to come on over and I'll talk to you about things because you got some problems. Alright, now I know that I'm not going to be able to cook the second batch without letting Brad have a taste right now. So I'm going to get my little salt shaker out. Now I know we put salt in there, but you got to salt okra. I'm sorry, you just got to. It's going to be hot. I'm going to get a little. Woo! Hot dog, that's good. Here, honey, have a little piece of okra. Oh, he took the whole plate. Well, that is not surprising. Move to go for it because I need it back. I'm going in here with my other half back, and I'm gonna shake off the excess, and we'll call it a day. Rob Wells, I hope that you are watching this video. I hope that you've learned something. Frying, I guess it just comes natural to people in the South. Or that's what the world thinks, that we deep fry everything. Because, I mean, you turn the TV on and people are deep frying a Twinkie, or they're deep frying butter, for Pete's sake. Well, I don't deep fry butter, but I do deep fry okra. Going in with that a little bit. And he brought my plate back, and he did eat a considerable amount, but wasn't it good, honey?
It's delicious.
See? Be careful going in. You will burn yourself, I promise. And a 3rd-degree oil burn, it ain't no joke. So we'll just toss it around like this. Get all that cornmeal off. Boom. Now, this is a messy thing, so don't be thinking that you can get out without having a hot mess to clean up later. But I figure it's worth it if you're going to get something good to eat like this. And don't forget all the little ones, because okra's precious. You don't want it to go to waste. Anyway. Whew. So that's off the road, y'all. Fried okra, deep fried in vegetable oil, in a cornmeal flour coating. Fry it for about 7-8 minutes. It is the best thing in the world to crunch on right out of the pot. Oh. And if you don't like okra, y'all, really try this method. I think you will approve of it. If you enjoyed the video, which I hope you did, I hope you like it, and I hope that you subscribe to my channel. Come see me over at jamieteachmecook.com, or you can catch me on Pinterest, or at Instagram, or on Facebook. You know, I'm all over, which makes me happy. It's my pleasure, because I enjoy hanging out with y'all. I guess I'm going to eat some okra and wait till this fries up. Y'all be good. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.